Thanks for joining me on EDC Thursday. Today we're going to be looking at my actual EDC loadout as of late summer 2016. This is a long overdue video. I haven't done this kind of video in a long time. I've been kind of waiting for certain things to come in the mail. Some of these items were on back order for a while, and I'm still waiting for other items. So there's probably going to be at least 3 to 4 more changes in the next month or two. But this is what I have now, and this is actually what I do carry. Some of this is carried only on me when I'm at the house, and some of this is brought with me, of course, when I'm away from the house. For example, when I have different things I need to do away from the home, I carry my Maxpedition Micro Pocket Organizer. I don't carry this when I'm walking around the house. Just like I don't typically carry 3 blades, when I'm out and about. I just carry 2 on the person, at least these mid-sized blades, and only when I'm at home I may carry a 3rd. It's just up to me depending on what kind of cutting task that I'm doing. So yeah, the Maxpedition Micro Pocket Organizer in khaki. 5 out of 5 stars, man. This is great stuff. I have a video on what's in here. Some of these things are going to be upgraded. They'll be part of my upgrade in the future. Some of these things were just readily available on a table or in a box nearby, so I grabbed them just to kind of have the basic capabilities now. But over time, I'm sure I'm going to upgrade the pen and the lighter and maybe a few other things, maybe even the light. But for now, we got a Victorinox Cadet Scripto lighter with electrical tape wrapped around it. I'm going to definitely upgrade that to a Bic lighter with Gorilla Tape. And I got some stainless steel safety pins, extra AAA battery, and we also have a garbage bag there. This is going to be the Aquamira Frontier emergency straw. They've got this as a filter straw for water. And it has the straw piece right here. I had cut that down, as I said in my previous video, because it wouldn't fit. Behind that, though, I got this a little push light tethered with a little shock cord, full-size notepad, and have Band-Aids and money in there stuffed. And there might be something else in there. I just don't think there is. Over time, I've tried a few different things in there, and I pull things out. I can't even sometimes remember what I have in there now. In terms of a pen, I just had this really cheapy little free pen that was, there's a company that goes by in my neighborhood, and they tried to solicit, advertisement, and they give out notepads and pens like almost every week. So I have a stack of these pens. They're real cheesy and cheap, but they actually work really well. They have really good ink. I don't know what the deal is there, but they do work. So I just took electrical tape and wrapped it for better grip and to cover the end, since I don't really use pens a lot when I'm out and about. This is just if I need to document something in an emergency. And this is the Streamlight Micro Stream. This is the 3rd gen at 35 lumens. I wouldn't mind maybe getting the 45 lumens, but I'm thinking about just going up to and getting a night core tube that has 45 lumens, and it's rechargeable, and it's like half the price. So that's just the little loadout for my pocket organizer. I like this addition, and I definitely carry this when I go out. Now the next thing would be paracord, survival bracelets, or whatever you want to call them, wrist armor. Well, some people hate them, some people love them. I typically only wear these a few days out of the month now. I've kind of pulled back, but I do, if I wear them, I usually wear those 2. There's a couple of the colors and the things I've made over the time that I like still, but those are just kind of the ones at this time. Now, in terms of the light, you're going to laugh because of all the options that I have, and this is the one that I pick. This is a single AA battery-powered LED. This is made by River Rock. I think I got this 7 to 8 years ago at Target, and it was like maybe close to $20. At the time, it was a really good quality light, and it's not so much a bright light at 45 lumens. It's just okay, but man, this is all that I need. And I only carry this though when I'm at home. When I'm out and about, I typically don't have a light that's readily accessible. If I need it, I can go into my pocket organizer and get the micro stream out. Or if it's starting to get a little dark, I take the micro stream out of my organizer and put it onto a pocket. That's just how I have my system. I have a backup light, which is on my keychain, and so I typically have at least 2 lights on me, so this is just when I'm out and about. But when I'm at home, though, I typically just have just this light. And I only put this on me when it's getting within an hour or so before the sun starts to set. I don't typically use a lot of lights, believe it or not, unless I drop something behind a table or a couch, or I just don't really have a lot of reason. Now, sometimes going into maybe one of my like a shed or something like that, if it's getting a little darker, it could be a good idea to have a light source. But a lot of times I already have those lights already set in there to grab and go. So yeah, the River Rock. This thing lasts at least a couple hours, has a really nice positive clicky, and takes only one AA battery. Now my keychain, as you notice, is looks like it's anorexic compared to what it was. I mean, this thing is anemic. And it's done on purpose. I'm trying to cut back, I'm trying to minimalize, and this thing is probably taking the biggest haircut of anything in the last couple months. As you probably remember the my keychain, of course, I'm not showing my keys for security matters. I have 3 sets of keys that go on this, and so even with this minimum loadout, it still can be a little bit bulky, but that's the best that I can do. But man, remember I used to have the keychain was like this massive, overstuffed survival keychain is what it really was. I had can openers, and I had all kind of tinder options and fire starters, and then I had pepper spray, and I had a big old humongous windstorm whistle, and all this stuff, extra redundant light on there. And I mean, it was the bulkiest thing that I dreaded carrying that around. Now I can just take my fob. This is the one that I had before, a little paracord fob, and just stick it into my waistband and let this stuff dangle a little bit, and it's not unbearable. And I have still the same, Spyderco bird model of the Finch. This is the old school one. I'm not saying that they made a lot of changes since this, but this is one of the very, very, very early models, the very, very beginning when they first came out. But I don't even know if they made any changes to them. But this is one of the early ones with the lobster claw. Now, in terms of the last piece, it's just a little photon, generic ripoff of a photon, and they last for a little bit, between 12 to 18 hours, and that's on an aircraft mechanics key ring right there, a little barrel thread. Okay, blades. Now this is the part that gets a little tricky. I have so many to pick from, and it gets a little overwhelming of what to pick from in general. But I have some new additions, as you know, relatively speaking. The Kershaw 2, right here, the Shuffle 2, I'm sorry, by Kershaw. The Shuffle 2 is a really good addition. I ended up buying 4 of these in their tan. And so I do like this a lot. They're at 3 ounces. But I have to be honest with you, I tend to like knives for everyday carry that are around 2 ounce or less. So I still obviously carry this, but I find myself carrying this at home and only at home. And I even like putting this besides my pocket, even in my waistband. I've been trying that waistband carry, and I kind of like it. Now, in terms of my very newest acquisition, which is the Spyderco H1 Salt one, this is good. And so super light at 2 ounces. I've been carrying that in my right pocket. And so basically the easiest access right there. And this is going to be for self-defense only. And I carry this at home and away. I typically carry this as my main cutting and utility blade, the K-Bar Dozer Hunter and the Coyote Brown. And this is an excellent option. I've been carrying this in the waistband, believe it or not, with this fob for easy deployment. And so, I've just been experimenting with knives in the waistband. And, of course, it depends on what kind of clothes you wear, if it's going to work or not. But, it works really well. Now, sometimes, like yesterday, for example, I carried all 3, 2 in the waistband and 1 in my pocket. It didn't have any problems. The thing is about where you place these knives on your person. So besides, clipping them into your pocket or even in a cargo pocket, which for me, I kind of avoid because they flip around. Now this Salt 1 that's all blacked out, fully, serrated, this one doesn't really move around much because it's so light. So you can kind of get away with this kind with no problem in a cargo pocket. It doesn't kind of bounce around. But typically, besides a pocket, carry, what else are you going to do? You can dangle them from your neck, I guess. You can probably maybe try to put them in your back pocket, but it's never been that comfortable for me personally. Maybe you rig it so you can clip it on your boot. I don't know. I didn't really care for those. They're not really that easily accessible. So what's next? Well, on the outside I could think of was, besides just storing an extra one in your pocket organizer, like I already have a blade in there, is in the waistband. And I found that, let me think here. Okay, so basically it's just like at the 3.5 to 4 o'clock position. It's a little bit more toward the 3 o'clock position though, but is a good spot for my primary blade, just to slide it in the waistband. I like it a lot. I'm gonna probably do that quite a bit more. And then this, I put this over there at about the 10 o'clock position, and it was okay, but I really liked it more at the 8:30 to 9 o'clock position. And so I've been carrying it like that way, especially yesterday I did that. So sometimes you just got to experiment like how you carry and what you carry, and this is really a science. It's like a type of art to figure out your everyday carry. And this is no joke. This doesn't come that easy for a lot of people. Now, in the future, I've already ordered it. It's been on back order for a long time. I have a new wallet upgrade. I'm going to keep it a secret of what I ordered. But this is still my old coach. I don't know if they call this the micro coach, in all leather. It's still holding up really well, no problem. But I've just gotten completely tired of leather. I'm not a leather kind of person. So I'm moving into a different material I'll talk about later when I get it. So yeah, I got my just a standalone in the Ruger LCP still, and the size 3 Black Hawk little pocket holster, and I got a spare magazine. The ammo that I'm using, which I've always used, is the HPR Hyper Clean, the 380 with the hollow point, and that does the job. So this is my loadout for late summer 2016. Thanks for joining me on EDC Thursday. We have every Thursday we talk about stuff about EDC. This just happens to be the full loadout, something I probably should do at least once a month because there's so many changes. I'd be interested to hear about what you carry and about how you carry it, which is sometimes even more important. And if you think I should add anything in particular or take something out or upgrade anything in here for better options, because I'm always open to your suggestions. I've gotten a lot of good suggestions in the past, and I'm definitely aware that there needs to be some upgrades in the organizer. I was just so excited to get this recently that I wanted to just put stuff in it and carry it. But Maxpedition products are awesome. Spyderco products are awesome. From what I've seen just recently, even though I haven't been a big fan until now of Kershaw, this particular Kershaw is very excellent. And of course, K-Bar does their job excellent. And we always know that Ruger is a pretty good value. So these are the brands for the most part that I deal with. I don't even know if River Rock is even around anymore. I don't have a clue if they were a generic brand or what, but Target used to carry them. And it still works. It has a lot of scuff marks on there, and I used to, bring this on the work site where I used to work, and for many years, and it worked. Of course, back in the day, 45 lumens was kind of like, whoa, bragging rights. Of course, now keychain lights are even brighter than that, and so it's just kind of something you don't really talk about anymore about how bright your light is. But if it works, and it works, just keep on carrying it, and if it meets your needs. So as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming by on Everyday Carry Thursday, and hope this was fun and entertaining. And once again, feel free to leave comments or to click the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber, and just to keep up to date on what's going on the channel. We have videos come out every day. Thanks for watching.